Psalm 35 today is quite a brutal psalm. If you've read it, you'll have noticed that from the language. David's being pursued by his enemies, and he's asking for justice. He's demanding justice from God. Now, we all like justice, don't we? Sometimes we get too het up too easily, and we want justice over things that are really quite small and insignificant. Maybe for some of you, though, you really have suffered injustice. Well, take that to God. Ask for his help and for his mercy. But I think as well, this psalm, Psalm 35, is quite a good, helpful reminder for us as God's people to be praying for vindication, to be praying for justice for all those Christian brothers and sisters of ours right now who are suffering so much, suffering even more because of this COVID crisis that's affected the whole world. Many of countries that are gone into lockdown, especially the poorer countries, there's been some awful stories of food shortages and brutal treatment of people, and especially Christians. And where aid is being given out to those who are struggling, Christians are getting overlooked. There was an advert recently in Pakistan. They needed people during this crisis to work in the sewers, the most filthy, hideous of conditions. And the advert ran like this: Christians only apply. So they didn't want anyone else from any other faith to apply. This was a job they deemed only suitable for Christians. And we need to pray that God will vindicate his people. Now, of course, many of those who are persecuted across this world, Christians, they are a remarkable example to us. They do exactly as Jesus has instructed them. They pray themselves for their own persecutors. They pray that God would have mercy on them, open their eyes, and that they too would come to faith in Christ. But they also pray for justice, and rightly so. And we should stand with them and pray for them. We should pour our hearts out. Like David wanted justice right at the beginning of the psalm. This is what he says. This is how he begins. Fight, Lord, against those who fight against me. And we shouldn't shy away from praying things like that for our brothers and sisters who are being so unfairly treated. And yet look at David's conclusion right at the end of the psalm. My tongue will speak of your righteousness, because David knows in his heart of hearts that God will only always do what is right and just by his people.